Part 1 of What Happened to B&M.
Let's talk about this coaster named after having an STI. I mean, what did you expect from a coaster formerly named Top Gun? Afterburn, that lingering Listerine tongue, that alcohol swab on a freshly shaven scalp.
Afterburn is a B&M inverted roller coaster located in Carowinds, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Carowinds sits on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. Afterburn debuted in 1999 as Top Gun, the jet coaster, years after the other Paramount parks debuted their Top Gun themed coasters.
Don't worry, they were indeed tired of that DL Danger Zone movie. But they were gonna theme it to Godzilla, and that ended up being dinosaur shit, so Top Gun it is. Only because they thought that it may be a little inappropriate to theme it after A Night at the Roxbury.
King's Dominion was gonna do the same after Volcano, but they literally had a mountain, so they just had to suck it up and take all that Tommy Lee Jones.
It sits on a plaza, there's trees and different pathways and a random jet that's connected to a support. It's only that pretty because this was at the south entrance and you know, first impressions, you can't look bad. Yeah, but now they basically closed the south gate, so they don't give a fuck. But it would have that lift hill and that vertical loop that would just like swoop right next to that parking lot and looking like a Batman the Ride. I didn't know this was Six Flags Mid-Carolina. So you navigate to the very back of the park, headed straight for Afterburn. Then you realize it's down, so you're like, I guess I'll ride Southern Star. And after being stapled like a damn flyer on a lamppost, you then proceed to Afterburn as they're doing their test runs. I don't know, was it just me? That ride closed like 4 times when I was there. I didn't get to ride until my last 2 hours there. I was there all day.
You climb the stairs into this metallic station. Got your sweat breaking more than with your girlfriend because you're bored. So you get into the station, you pick a seat. I like the back row, but man, whichever seat you pick, your wig will be captured. You pull down your shoulder restraints that aren't vest restraints. You don't have to be that excited. You proceed up the 113-foot lift, watching the world fall below you and those dudes smoking marijuana in that SUV down in the parking lot. You proceed on the pre-drop before it shoves you like a first-grade bully pushing a kindergartner down a slide. You make a standard B&M curved drop and you're like, this is pretty smooth. I knew Grandma could have rode this. She did not have to sit out. Yes. Yes, she did. You enter the vertical loop, pretty forceful, and blast into an Immelman when you realize this ain't no little friendly tussle. This thing is trying to beat my ass and bitch, I ain't having it. Next is a 0G roll. There was no trace of any G in that hole. It went A, B, C, D, E, F, H.
I'm like, bitch, okay, you got hands, but you thought.
Then it sends you into the Batwing. Okay, this bitch finna beat my ass. All I can do at this point is tuck in a ball and hold my head down. There's a whole tunnel in the middle. They're just being extra now.
You willow whip out that Batwing. Got you contemplating if you want to do a talk show with your mother and your grandma and shit.
Then you think it's over as it gracefully glides over the station. That's only until it gives you the tightest corkscrew known to man. I mean, if you're gonna be that tight, you might as well have gave us another 0G roll.
You whip through that cunt so hard it reminds you of the past slave plantation that this coaster sits on. Too harsh? Yes, but if you ride that corkscrew, you will understand that that thing is too harsh.
You make a final helix and even that's intense as a mug. That seat got so much print from my booty that you can see where the hair follicles are.
Yes, I have hair on my ass. I have a Harry Potter, okay?
Then you break.
That's when you get up off that floor and you start swinging and pretending that you kicking ass when you really just got beat the fuck up. No, you got your ass beat.
This ride is a euphoric gym, like when you're playing 2-on-2 and you got the whole court to yourselves. Super intense throughout the entire thing.
It is like Easter past and you can't keep going on and getting this fish. It is relentless. I'm gonna rate this coaster a highway to the danger zone. It is my favorite invert. Probably because it's so underrated and untalked about. but it's amazing. You let me know your opinions. Comment that down below. Hit that like button. Please share this to anybody that would be interested in this. You make that call. I'm Rob from Rob's Rides, keeping it 100 with all things amusement. And if you thought I was Lamar Bland, hit subscribe and I'll come back with a new video at some point, you know.